Welcome to Powder Touch, where the precision and craftsmanship redefine metal refinishing. Owned by Damian Misior, Powder Touch specializes in powder coating and metal restoration, transforming everything from auto parts to industrial equipment with a durable, high-quality finish. With a commitment to detail and passion for perfection, Damian leads the team in delivering exceptional results that stand the test of time. Join him as we take us behind the scenes to explore the techniques and dedication that make Powder Touch a trusted name in the world of metal refinishing. I'm James Webster, and this is Owners and Operators. How did you even get started in
this
powder coating?
kind of sort of started as like a hobby. So going back probably to like 2017 was when I got my first motorcycle. It was a street bike, and rode that around for a little bit. And then I, had a few friends that were like into stunning. They were doing wheelies and stuff that. So I essentially, bought myself a stunt bike, some cheap bike. It was like $1,200, but it was all beat up. Before that, I was doing carbon fiber work. So, I kind of sort of just said no to college and rented a little garage and was doing carbon fiber work, for myself, and then it kind of sort of turned into a business as well. But then, I ended up leaving that. I went to go work for the union for a little bit to do like HVAC. But then I got the bike, and I saw the bike was kind of crappy, so I wanted something nice. And I started reaching out to companies to get quotes, to do like the frame, to do basically like a full bike makeover, and it was really expensive at the time, So I was like, maybe I'll just ride it out with, with the bike looking not the best, but it was me, and I kind of knew that I wanted to have the nice thing, so I decided to just invest in like a little smoker oven at Lowe's, I think, or Home Depot for like $200, and I was like, let me try it, let me see if it kind of works out. So once I did that, the first thing I powder coated was a 10 millimeter wrench.
Just to try it on something.
Just to try it, yeah.
It doesn't matter if you
Correct,
mess it up.
Yeah. And I got myself, I found a 10 millimeter wrench laying around my garage at the time, and I ordered a gun off of Harbor Freight. Powder, everything kind of came together, and then I coated it the first time. I threw it in the oven, no booth, no nothing, just kind of sort of held it and, sprayed it in open air. Threw it in a little oven, and then it came out perfect. It literally came out perfect. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna, start digging into this, and maybe, I'll be able to do my bike for myself. That's originally how I thought, it was gonna go, but eventually it kind of went.
How did you decide it was, I'm just gonna go all in on this and make this a business?
This is gonna be during COVID. So. Throughout, from when I started, when I got that little smoker oven, I built myself a little bit of a bigger oven, like a 2 foot by 2 foot by 3 foot oven, to be able to do like a frame, wheels, stuff like that. And I was working out of my house, out of my garage, just kind of sort of doing stuff for myself. Then people started messaging me because they saw, I pulled out with the bike, and the bike looks nice. Who did it for you? I did it. No way. So I started telling people, I could do it for a couple $100, whatever. Just to kind of kill time in between,
Sure.
Working a regular schedule, I had time after to just do whatever. So essentially, I did that for about a year. I had to build an even bigger oven because, people were bringing me bigger wheels. Now I was getting, instead of just 18s, I was getting 24s. And that was already, way bigger than my first oven was able to handle. So I ended up building a bigger oven, a 4 foot by 4 foot by 6 foot. And now I could accommodate, a lot more things.
And so besides powder coating, it's vinyl wrapping?
So yeah, besides powder coating, we offer vinyl wraps. We do paint protection film from Expel. We do ambient lighting. We do starlight headliners, window tinting. We do paint corrections, ceramic coatings. We can swap out, your exhaust system. We can install air suspension. We can get you new tires, new wheels from different manufacturers. Yeah. So, we have a lot of accounts set up.
Yeah, a good amount that you guys handle. What type of commercial work would you do?
We do a lot of like sheet metal panels. We do railings. We do fences. We do aluminum extrusions for like storefronts and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
very cool.
Big bulk of stuff. We do cake stands for a company that does like sightseeing in New York City. Mm-hmm. So we do a lot, a good amount of different varieties of commercial work.
Very cool. What out of the services that you guys offer, what do you prefer to do? What do you like working on the most?
I prefer doing PPF all day long.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I was never the type to have patience, but it kind of sort of humbled me.
Yeah, slowed you down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the material's expensive. You're playing with a lot of money in your hands.
Yeah.
So if you mess up a hood, there goes like $400 or $500.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But it's definitely...
And that's your cost.
That's my cost.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that I prefer working on as opposed to anything else. I hate doing tints.
You don't like tints?
I don't like doing tints.
And the way I see it, it's almost the same thing. It's a film. It's got to be it's got to be placed and put somewhere.
I don't know. I hate doing it. I could do it. Mm-hmm. I have a whole plotter set up that cuts everything out for us. We don't put any blades to glass to paint. But there's been times where I had outside people come and help out and fill in and try to do a car or two. But the wholesale people, they don't really do the best work.
Yep.
And then I have customers coming back, and then I have to be the one that ends up ultimately redoing the car or the window or whatever. So I just decided to, kind of sort of skip out on that. So I hate doing it, but I do it very often.
And I'm sure it's not the most profitable either.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. Like 2 front windows, which most people do to match the factory rears because the rears come tinted already. Mm-hmm. To do the 2 front windows, it's like $100 for both. In a nice ceramic film, which keeps the heat out, high rejection rate.
Sure.
So, you do a couple of those a day, you got a couple $100.
No, it's true.
You come in on a Saturday, you could probably do 2 in an hour.
Okay. Oh wow.
You could probably do 2 in an hour. That's with a break in between, 5-10 minute break. From cutting the material to weeding it to shrinking it to installing it and then wiping down and ready to go. So in an 8-hour day, you could fit in 16 cars.
Yeah, good amount. How long does it take for any part or like a wheel, for example, to dry, to bake?
Once the coating is on the actual part, it goes in the oven. Once it goes in the oven, that's when everything kind of sort of flows out. So it melts, essentially, right? When you put plastic in an oven, it's going to melt. Mm-hmm. But when it melts, it fuses together, creating a nice, clean, linear finish. And once it comes out of the oven, I mean, it's hot. It's 420 degrees. But it usually cools down maybe in like 20, 30 minutes, depending on the density of the metal. Like if we're doing something, that weighs 300 pounds and it's steel, it's like we did a fire hydrant for the FDNY.
I saw that.
And that was a sick project. It took us almost 3 days.
Wow.
Just to do that one piece. But that's because it weighs like a ton. And, it was a lot going on. It was a lot of colors that were going on and, fine lines and stuff like that to get the American flag theme. And, that took practically 6 hours to cool down before we were able to even touch it, to even think about spraying another coat on.
Do you ever have people ship you parts?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've had people drive from Philadelphia.
Wow.
I've had people come from Connecticut, Boston, just to get some stuff done. I've had people ship from Canada, from California, from Wyoming, from all sorts of states. People have shipped parts to us.
What's the average time that a client's vehicle is with you in the shop?
It depends on what's getting done. Wheels, we can get them done next day. Usually it's next day service. So if you drop a car off today in the morning, you'll get it back tomorrow around afternoon time. Yeah. Okay. If we do a vinyl wrap will take us about maybe 2 to 3 days depending on the car. If we do PPF, same thing. PPF will take anywhere between 3 to 5 days depending on the car, depending on the shape, depending on the complexity of the job. Some cars are easier to work on than others.
Sure. How many employees do you have?
3.
Nice. And
excluding myself. So there's a total of 4.
Yeah, that's great. Who handles the marketing?
Me. So I have a company that handles the marketing, but I deal with them directly through Google Ads, YouTube marketing, stuff like that. Yep. I also promote on my Instagram. I do the advertisements on Instagram as well.
For sure. And what about sales? When clients come in, people come in, they want something done to the car, who are they mostly talking to?
Primarily, they talk to me. Sometimes I'm out of the shop and I can't handle it. So I have one of my guys, Johnny, he takes care of all the customers that come in. You know, he basically fills in my shoes whenever I'm out of the shop, but I usually am the one that handles the customers.
Has your vision for the business changed from when you started, even when you were first doing it as a hobby, you know, or when you decided, hey, I'm making this a business, I'm gonna pull back from the HVAC union, I'm gonna make this a business. Has your vision for where it is and where you're going changed from that point?
Yeah, it definitely did. I never expected to grow so fast, as I did, especially because everything that I offer, everything that I do, I'm self-taught. I took it upon myself to go and learn. I learned through trial and error. I learned by doing things people said not to do, just so I could get good at, you know, the wrong way of doing it. Now the right way of doing it is easy.
Sure.
A lot of people don't do it that way. You know, a lot of people want to follow the book. They follow a guideline. I don't like guidelines. I kind of like to just experience and get my hands on the good and the bad, you know? But the vision has definitely changed. It surprised me as well as I'm sure everybody else that, you know, we're here in this shop. This was always kind of like a dream shop for me.
As you mentioned before, there's other custom automotive companies out there. Why Powder Touch? Why would somebody come to Powder Touch over somebody else?
We have built many great relationships with our customers that came in the door as customers, and now we're definitely happy to call them friends.
Nice.
You know, we try to be fair. Our pricing structure is super lenient, super fair. We're definitely not overpriced. We're not here to, you know, get as much out of our customers, you know, as some other places. You know, a lot of people have prices that are astronomical, and although, you know, we should be at that competitive level, which we are, we're not the cheapest. We're not for everybody, but we have found our, I guess, energy and our vibe that we give off to our customers to be our biggest selling point. When customers walk in, they enjoy speaking to us, they enjoy speaking to me, they enjoy dealing with, you know, our staff. Everybody here is humble. So we also, you know, try to represent the company in a positive way to make sure that our customers are going to see it positively.
What's next for Powder Touch?
The plan is to get into other avenues in the automotive industry, you know, down the road, maybe in about 2-3 years.
Very cool.
Hopefully, possibly open up a body shop as well, and do a full-on collision center. So that's in the works. That's been in the works. But the startup costs are just very expensive. You know, and you need space. Right? Yeah, the booth. I mean, the rents around here are crazy too. People that think opening up a shop in New York is easy, they're so wrong. They're so wrong. Everything is expensive.
Most important question, do you still have that wrench?
No.
No. Oh, man.
And I've tried to find it, but man, this is going back to like 2017, and I wish I did. I honestly wish I did. I have a picture of it.
That's cool.
I have a picture of it, so I have some sort of memory, but you know, that was definitely a good time, you know, learning. Being like just completely green in it, not knowing anything, not knowing the process, not knowing the equipment, not knowing how to do things, just learning by trial and error, having fun in the process, because I did have a lot of fun.
Damian, thank you so much.
Of course, it was a pleasure.
I appreciate you letting us in and talking with you, and looking forward to seeing the success. Hopefully you'll keep in touch.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us at Powder Touch. We hope you've enjoyed seeing the dedication and precision behind every metal transformation. To stay updated on more local businesses and to learn about unique craftsmanship, be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you or someone you know is interested in showcasing a business, feel free to comment below or get in touch with us directly. We're here to celebrate the skills and passions that shape our community. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you again next time on Owners and Operators.